Welcome to Culture No Cap. I'm your host, Eric Spencer, along with co-host Reverend Eric Helton in the building. What's up, man?
What's good, man?
I'm good, brother. What's going on with you?
And another day above ground. I'm good.
Yeah. We're into March, man. Black History Month is officially over.
Forever.
I ain't say forever. I just said it's over.
Forever, ever. Forever, ever.
Do you think it's over forever?
Nah, they can't stop it.
Can't stop. I don't think they can, but still, how do you think Black History Month went overall?
It was more understated this year, I think, than normal.
Okay.
You know, there are reasons for that. So,
yeah. Well,
let me say this, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I forget,
mm-hmm.
I want to take this moment to apologize to Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick Lamar fans. This week, I sat down for the first time since the Super Bowl and watched his halftime show. Now, when I watched it during the Super Bowl, I was mad because score was 24-0 at halftime. I was angry, and I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
I watched it this week, and it was way better than I thought. Matter of fact, I told you, it was better than Dre Day. It was better than MJ.
Cap.
The only one I see better than him was Prince. There, I said it.
Yeah, you said it, and I can't believe you saying that, honestly. So, what makes his performance better than Michael Jackson?
Mike just stood there.
He danced, right?
Yeah.
Mike danced. Mike danced.
It was like a Michael thing, though.
Okay, that was the first one, right?
Right.
So doesn't the first one get a little bit more, I don't know, less critique? This was the first one. Don't it get more praise like it was the first one? No?
Don't it get more praise because it was the first one? Maybe that's why we praised it, because it was MJ.
That too. A legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. I think Kendrick's was better.
What? I mean, what about Kendrick's made it better?
The story that he told, the whole thing, his story, Samuel L. Jackson saying things that people say.
Mm-hmm.
And man, even got Serena doing the crip walk.
You like that, huh?
I did. I give him credit.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you apologize. So
Drake's still black, but I give him credit.
So you said it's not better than Dre Day. That's what I love, the Dre performance. What didn't you like about the Dre performance?
It's nothing that I didn't like about the Dre performance. I just think Kendrick's was better. We also, with the Dre performance, kind of like you said, it was the first time that we pretty much had rap on there, actual hip hop. So it had nostalgia. Not saying that the Dre Day performance was bad. I just think Kendrick's was better. Maybe it's recency bias. I don't think it is.
I mean, I've never known people to talk about the Super Bowl performance this long. Like, people are talking about this is week, what, 3? It's going into 4?
Well, they talked about Nipplegate.
Yeah, they did talk about
Janet. We know why they talked about that.
I mean, you got to talk about a nipple. I mean,
yeah. Because it makes you drool.
Makes what? Makes you drool?
Yeah.
Well, we might as well start. Well, we didn't start here, man. First, I want to say RIP to Angie Stone, man. In a car accident this weekend. Died at 63 years old. When you heard this news, man, you actually sent me the text, I believe. That's why I saw it.
My wife did.
Your wife did. Yeah, I was like, it's hard to believe, man.
It is. It's hard to believe she was 63.
You thought she was younger than that?
I thought she was younger than that.
Yeah. She started off in a group, hip hop group, years ago before her neo soul debut. She's known as a songwriter, and I would say she's probably a pioneer to neo soul.
I would say so too.
Period.
I would say so too. It's so weird that she's the one that dies.
Yeah, she was the one. It was total of 9 people in the Sprinter van, and she was the only one that passed away. So the conspiracy theories the theorists are out. Have you heard of this?
I ain't heard none of that foolishness.
Okay, well, I can tell you kind of briefly. So in December, she announced that she had a dispute with Universal Music Group, the same music company that Drake sued. And she went online and she kind of blasted them about how much they took her money, her royalty. She had nothing. And this was back in December. So people are saying that the music industry killed her.
Sometimes things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes accidents happen. I mean, is the music industry, is it clean? No. But my first thought wouldn't be that the industry killed her. Why Drake alive?
If something happened, you're going to look like you. I'm just saying, be careful.
Yeah, well, I ain't trying to sit.
Drake's still around.
Then tomorrow morning we wake up and he ain't.
Yeah, man. But yeah, go ahead.
I think sometimes things happen. I mean, it's weird that out of 9 people, she's the only one that died. Or are they insinuating that the other 8 people in the vehicle were down with the whole thing? So they took a chance to be in an accident and get hurt and take a chance to be killed too.
Yeah, kind of like Suge when Suge set Tupac up to get shot too.
That don't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't, man. But rest in peace, man. That's the main thing. She was a songwriter for D'Angelo. I mean, she's legendary status in my opinion, with neo soul especially. But yeah, conspiracy theories are out there, man. Y'all stop.
We need to quit that.
Yeah. Well, one thing that did happen with Universal, or at least iHeart, they reached a settlement. Drake has reached a settlement with iHeart Media. Yeah. Why are you laughing, man? This is like a positive thing, right?
Oh man.
Why you say it's not a positive thing?
I mean, I guess it is for Drake.
It could be for other rappers, though. You don't think? Because what they accusing him of is payola. You know what payola is.
But we don't think that Drake benefited from that.
I'm sure everybody's benefited. I'm sure he did. But
so is it really helping him, or are they gonna stop doing it?
Well, he got paid allegedly. It said it didn't tell the details of the settlement, but they did settle. They came up to an amicable agreement.
Drake got some ways.
Expound.
I can't say. Look, I know we said cuss more, stress less.
Yeah.
I can't say what I want to say about his ways.
Round with itch.
Yeah. He got some itch craftedness ways.
Yeah, okay. But at the end of this, do you think we're gonna look at Drake as like somebody that changed the game? If he can stop, he stopped iHeart, maybe, or he settled. If he can stop UMG, you don't think this is something big for the music industry?
Maybe. I think that we're gonna look at Drake as he's just weak, man. He's just weak. Yeah. Yeah. I really think that's how we're gonna look at him, because I got nothing, man.
Yeah. Well, speaking of weak and strong, maybe just bullying. Trump and Vance versus Zelensky, Ukraine president. This happened on Friday. They were trying to meet about and talk about the mineral discussion and pretty much the reimbursement for what we have given to Ukraine through their war efforts. But it turned into something else, man. When you saw this argument, what'd you think?
Bullies. They ambushed that man.
Yeah, they did.
And once again, I know there are people who listen to this podcast who say that they would vote for me for president. I couldn't be president. Don't be looking at me all cockeyed.
Who said that? Somebody said that.
It's got to be somebody,
Okay.
somebody out
Oh, oh, okay. Go ahead.
there. Because as soon as JD parted his lips, start talking junk to me, I'd have been like, "Why are you here? I ain't come here to talk to you. I came to talk to him. You need to sit down, and shut up, man." They were bullies.
Okay, but the premise to what they were talking about, did you get into that where they were talking about,
You
hey,
need to be thankful.
so you don't think Zelensky should be thankful? Not say thank you, but do you think he should
The
be
man
grateful?
has said thank you.
Okay.
The man has already said thank you. He said thank you before that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna get me up on here and try to play me like you know, you need to be thankful. Look here, you little see. No, they set that dude up. And then the reporter talking about, why don't you wear a suit? Or do you own a suit? You ain't asked Elon Musk that.
I didn't like that either. That was a little weird. I didn't like that myself. But I will say that I'm not totally against him saying that we're done giving money or that we should be done giving money. He said 30 billion. I think the number's close to about 126 billion, but still, it's still a lot of money that we've given to Ukraine.
We don't know. Trump lies even about that.
He did. He lied about a number, but I think the stats say about 126. Some say 65 billion. But whatever the number is, it's a lot of money we giving to Ukraine. When is it time to get out of there and stop giving these countries money?
Honey, it's been like that. It's been like that since we was little.
That's not what I'm asking. I said, when is it time? Are you so against this administration that you kind of like will side with Ukraine? You'll
Well,
side.
they're supposed to be an ally.
Do we have any allies?
No,
Now,
not anymore. We did before January 20th.
but isn't there a difference between allies and dependents?
But this is a thing that we created. We've always stuck our nose other places. We've always sent money other places. This is not new.
But isn't he saying Trump is saying it's enough? Like we're ready to stop doing this. So are you okay with that? Are you okay with us stop
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Because we've talked about it before, like, hey man, we giving too much money to these countries. We ain't got no business in these wars.
But I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with aligning yourself with Russia and China.
And that's where we are with that. So Zelensky did mention that they lack support and allies, and he wants to make sure that Trump isn't siding or U.S. isn't siding with Putin and Russia.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
And it appears that way. So I understand his concern, his frustration, because he was frustrated.
Yeah. Well, the way you call him, the way they acted with him, wouldn't you be frustrated?
Yeah,
and he handled himself much better.
Yeah, he wasn't as unprofessional as people like to say. He was unprofessional. He was disrespectful to the White House.
Yeah, that's what Republicans like to say.
I don't buy that. I will say that Trump put America first. That whole America first thing is a bunch of BS too. That's a bunch
absolutely.
He bullied this man, disrespected this man.
It always has been. He hated the same people y'all hate. It's always been bull, him talking about America first.
Yeah.
It's Trump first, his buddy second, and then y'all fall in line somewhere else.
Yeah, but this looks like America first to those people. My situation is like, I hope we stop sending money to these places. I hope they can reach an agreement to cease, to a ceasefire. But Trump says you don't have the cards. The words were, you don't have the cards.
let me ask
Yeah.
you this:
Yeah.
if I'm Putin
Hmm.
and I watch that, what? Why would I want to ceasefire, man? I can just take over
Fair. He
because
looked. Yeah. It
the
looks like.
United States is not going to support them. So now all these other countries are going to have to come together to try to help them. Man, if I'm Putin, I have no encouragement to stop doing what I'm doing.
And plus, he already broke an agreement of ceasefire, so you can't really trust Putin. That's what Zelensky was trying to say before he was rudely
Yeah,
interrupted several
Trump got
times.
mad.
He did.
Man,
It got bad. It was ugly to me. It was ugly to
those
watch.
dudes are bullies.
Yeah.
But this is what America wants.
Yeah, and that's what we got, man. Here, that's where we are with it. So, yeah, but I was questioning whether you got business and compassion. And I think they're more business and they have no compassion.
None.
Where Biden did have compassion and may have been to a fault, but he still had compassion for others.
But don't you really want your leadership to have some compassion?
I do. I do.
Because rules are rules, but rules without compassion are not good at all.
Yeah. And I want both. I want a little what you call it, piss and vinegar. Is that what you call it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want a little of that too. And I
Absolutely.
want compassion. I want both. I gotta have a strong leader, but they mistake strength with bullying. It's
Yeah,
not.
they think rudeness is strength.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's man. Hey, Zelensky's better than me.
It's a yeah.
I reach across, smack one of them. I guess Secret Service would have beat me down.
What? That's what I was wondering. And then the fact that he wasn't allowed to have his interpreter there was stood out to me too, because that man, he can, it's his second language.
That's it. And see, we criticize all these people. Look, he can speak two languages. I bet you Trump couldn't sit there and have a conversation with him in his language.
No, I couldn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
And then kicked him out of the White House.
yeah, yeah. They weren't gonna reach an agreement, and they won't. They won't.
No, they kind of messed that up. They
They
ruined that.
won't. They won't. I feel like we should be compensated? Absolutely, if possible. That's the capitalist in me. Yeah, I
Well,
think we are owed.
I mean, if you can't just give and not get anything in return,
Yeah.
but the way you handle it, and that goes a long way.
Oh yeah, he was dead wrong. They were both wrong. JD, I hate the way he even talks. I can't.
Why are you here?
Yeah, yeah. He hasn't been visible the whole time until he's
Yeah,
been.
why ain't Elon in here? Because Elon wasn't gonna have on the suit,
They want to question his dress.
and he probably
Yeah.
would have had that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They talk about him being disrespectful to the White House because of what he had on, and what Elon comes in there with his
With a hat on.
T-shirt, his jacket, this bad kid on his shoulders. That's not disrespectful.
Well, speaking of bad kids, Elon Musk, he welcomes his 14th child. Congratulations to Elon. 14. Lucky 14. That sounds crazy
Man,
to say.
I wonder what he named this one.
I don't know. It's a great question. What did he name his 14th child? Truth, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Doge. Little Doge.
Little doggy.
Little doggy. But
Man,
14 kids. This is what we're gonna talk about. So with Elon being the face of the White House and one of the faces, to be fair, do you think that with him being the face of the White House, that the Republicans have to go back on their family value mantra that they always talk about?
they won't. They'll let it go away.
Why? Or how, rather? How can they?
Well, they just won't mention it.
But they
Because
always
how many baby mamas Elon got?
5 or 6.
Boy, if that ain't I mean, you got Trump with 5 kids, 3 baby mamas. Elon with 14 kids. however many baby mamas. Do that seem like family values?
Yeah,
When
that's
they,
what. Yeah, it can't be right.
but see, they've tried to stick to it anyway, and they had Trump, and you knew what Trump was, and they still kept saying we're family values.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole they talk about the single parent homes and how it's detrimental to kids and you can't have a future if you're in a single parent household. Can you really say that whenever the face is Elon Musk? He's the guy.
You shouldn't, but they'll keep telling the lie. They believe
Mm-hmm.
that people are dumb enough to just roll with it. And I have to say, I agree with them.
Mm. You agree with them?
Yeah, that people are dumb enough to just roll with it.
Wow.
I mean, because Trump has told you all this stuff, and y'all keep going along with it.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to question themselves on this. I don't know how they can. Maybe that's just not what they want to live by anymore. Maybe they just want to get rid of that. Like you said, just kind of,
There are enough Trump supporters that are not all of the Trump supporters. There are enough ignorant Trump supporters who will agree with anything that he says or anything that the Republican Party says. So if the Republican Party says, hey, we believe in family values, they'll still keep trotting Elon up there, and they won't put one and one together.
even the Christians.
Yeah, even the Christians.
Because I mean the Christians, they've been all against transgender. They're all against what about fornication
What
and
about Whoredom?
yeah, what about all whoredom? Yeah, what
Yeah,
about whoredom?
I ain't got no problem with that. Because he's a man being a man. He's not a man thinking he's a woman. People, they pick stuff because they don't do it. That's bad. But the sin that they do, don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
congratulations though, right?
yeah. Congratulations to the baby mama. You're gonna get you some good old child support.
Man. That would be the type of man you might want to trap as an Elon Musk. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if you gonna do it, aim for the stars.
aim for the stars, man. So Joy Reid from MSNBC was fired. I'm not a big MSNBC person. I know you are. When you heard this news, what'd you think?
What? I mean, that's all I can say. What? Joy is the realest black person on MSNBC.
Mm.
Joy called a spade a spade. She called MAGA out for what MAGA does. I was shocked.
I heard she even called the Democratic Party out. So
She'll call Joy is real.
okay. So why do you think that's why she was fired?
I don't know. I mean, because sit and watch MSNBC for a couple hours. It ain't like they glazing Trump.
Yeah. Well,
So
they say
it can't be because she speaks out. It can't be.
they say Trump is over some of the not over, but he's kind of fighting against the media as always. And one of the things that they're fighting is like MSNBC, CNN, and there's also some budget cuts. All these networks are cutting budgets. So she could have been a casualty of that. What do you think?
Man,
It's too real.
I don't like that they did it. I mean, I'm sure they have they're under new leadership.
They are.
And or wasn't Rachel Maddow called them out? They ain't fired her.
Yeah, but can you also say that sometimes you can have two of the same? Like I feel like those shows are very similar.
All those shows on MSNBC are pretty much. Some have a panel, some don't.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, it's all
yeah.
it's all left wing.
Right. Wouldn't you agree that people are going more towards the panel instead of the talking, the commentary from one person? Don't you
But
see
why
more
can't you
panel
bring in
shows?
guests? Bring in guests. I think it's better if you bring in guests and you don't have the same panel all the time anyway.
You don't like panels?
I like them, but sometimes people get to talking over each other, and you can't tell what's going on.
Oh, I'm with you. I hate panels. I don't even like what's her name? Phillips, Abby Phillips. I
Yeah,
don't like that show. It's just too much. She don't have control over the show.
yeah,
I
and
don't
it's
like
like they just start talking and talking and talking and talking, and she trying to stop them, and they keep going, and the dude Scott Jennings.
no, I can't stand.
I can't stand that dude.
Can't stand Scott Dennis, bro. He's awful.
When I see he's on a panel, I turn channel.
But see, they do that. So I don't know who started doing that, but at one point it was all of the same talking points. And then they say, well, maybe we should get moderate, you know.
He ain't moderate though.
No, he's not. He's not at all.
And,
But they
and,
do
and
that.
I can understand if you're gonna have this panel, you want to have differing opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? The way they look at it, Scott Jennings on CNN on those shows, he's DEI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's not like them.
He yeah, I'd have never understood that guy. Because if you look on Fox, I know you're not a Fox person, but if you look on there, they'll have Democrats like Ford. He's on there. Pretty weak Democrat, in my opinion.
They want somebody on there they can run over, but they can say, "Hey, we got a Democrat on here."
We got a Democrat. Yeah, but this guy on CNN, Jennings, he talked too much. Like he's
He
very
talks too much. He overtalks stuff. There's nothing that MAGA can do that's wrong. He'll make excuses for everything, and he'll be condescending when he does it. What they need to do is get rolling on one of them shows.
no. I like Roland where he is. He has the freedom. He has his own network.
Oh,
Stay where you at.
I don't mean as a regular.
Oh, it's just come on.
Let him get on there when Scott Jennings is on there.
Oh, I see. I got as a guest.
Yeah, as a guest. Now
Yeah.
Roland can keep doing his own thing.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Star Network, man. That is where media is headed, and that could be something to do with this firing also, because I think there are big things ahead for Joy Reid. Have on podcast, something like maybe even get on Black Star Network.
She's gonna bounce back.
Should be fine.
Without a doubt. Have you ever Don Lemon? You ever listen to his podcast?
Yeah. I'm getting to that too. Yeah, he went off.
Do you like it though? Do you like
I don't like Don Lemon. When he had the show, I didn't like it. I'm not a big Don Lemon fan.
But that show, that's more unprofessional than us.
Yeah. That says a lot. That says a whole lot.
I'm just saying, we don't have a budget. Don
got a budget.
That is the most unprofessional show. He liable to be doing anything and just stop what he's doing and look at it and start talking about it. It's, man, the worst.
Which is crazy for somebody in media. Trained media for the years. Yeah. I thought you'd get to where he told Megyn Kelly to go F herself. Did you hear that?
That would probably be a good idea for Megyn Kelly.
So let's get to that. So Megyn Kelly, she goes on her show and she just says that they're what do you say, white tears. She was just pretty much heckling her, giving her a hard time because she got fired, because Joy Reid got fired, which I thought was disrespectful.
That is so tacky.
Yeah. But what do we expect from Megyn Kelly?
Yeah, true.
I mean, do we expect much?
True that.
Well, with that being said, that's not the only news with media, man. So CBS signed Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens to a $700 million deal to have their own show to compete with The View.
So broads.
Yeah. 700 million.
I hope it fails utterly.
But it probably won't. I feel like the people that win are the people that support who's ever in the White House at that time.
Yeah, and we know ourselves, Candace brings a crowd.
We know from experience
We
that
know ourselves.
when we mention Candace, I'm gonna say Candace Owens, Candace Owens, Candace Owens. I'm gonna say it a few times. Who was a brilliant idiot is what I would call her. She's very smart, but her
she plays the game.
She knows how to play the game, especially with the media and conservatives. She know how to play y'all. Because I don't think she believes some of the stuff she says.
There's no way. There's no way. Because there was a moment where she tried to get back to the cookout.
Oh, yeah. She had a black run.
And some of us were like, nah, nope.
She went to the Breakfast Club. She went on Joe Budden. She was all over the place, bro.
And then she was like, these Negroes is not going to let me back.
No. But I think I gave her a little bit more visibility in the black community, people that didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
And it led to this deal with CBS. Do you think they can compete with The View?
I think at first, especially starting out, because they'll be new. They'll compete that's a lot. But I think they'll build a following. I do.
Yeah, they will.
It's going to depend. These two women say some ridiculous stuff. I don't know.
But ain't about shock value though? Doesn't shock value kind of run the show now with media?
Yeah, but at a certain point, you just be so mad. You be like, I'm just not. Like I did with Jason Whitlock.
Yeah,
I tried. But the more stuff he said, the more I was like, man, I can't.
Yeah,
I still run my blood pressure up.
I still listen to some of the stuff. It's interesting, man. He's on a different run. Like his Elon Musk take, you would have been surprised. He was against it. But yeah, he spoke against Elon. Yeah. So yeah, with these conservative platforms, man, like I said, they have the floor right now. I feel like they
do. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: the way they would have tried to take the floor anyway.
Explain.
Trump just got back in office. Did we ever stop talking about Trump and MAGA?
So, no. So you pretty much saying they gave them power.
They try to bully their way in anyway.
Yeah. But with the budget cuts, we can't act like there's not a decline in regular TV media. Now it's all about clips. It's all about YouTube. It's all about all these social media platforms, really.
Well, TV got $700 million to spend.
Yeah, they did. Under conservative leadership, I'm sure. It's
going to be on CBS.
You're going to catch it.
I'll catch some clips.
That's all they care about. That counts.
Yeah, because I sure ain't going to watch them two.
Oh, man. So, as you know, February 28th was the economic boycott. A lot of people were for it. Some people were against it. You were supposed to not buy from anybody. You were supposed to hold your dollar. The results from that were insignificant.
Of course.
Sorry, guys.
They had a joycott.
I didn't even know there was like a counter to this.
The joycott was, yes, it was the counter to the boycott. So these people were not going to buy anything all week up until Friday. And they were all going to go out to eat. And they were all going to order all the Amazon stuff on Friday. So we're on the one hand, we're trying to boycott. They're spending more money.
Yeah. Plus, there were mixed reactions amongst, I would say, a lot of people, even black people, were like,
we can get together.
Yeah, what's one day? What's one day gonna do?
You figure that if we did it, that one day would have hit.
If we did it, if everybody would have done it, yeah, it would have hit. But also, it would have been a catalyst to more. Like if this would have worked, we would have kept going. And we still have the Target fast, Pastor Jamal Bryant, on March 5th. It's for 40 days. Do you think people will do that?
I don't trust him.
You don't trust Jamal?
I don't trust people. For some reason, we can't get together and do stuff.
But this is Ash. What is it? Help me,
I
Pastor.
know something. Yeah, but is that gonna make a difference?
It should, because people already stopped doing stuff on the Ash
During the
Wednesday
Lent season.
or Lent. There, I was looking for Lent. Yeah, the Lent. So they usually stop doing stuff anyway. So maybe this was good timing. No,
All
still.
right, we'll see.
Well, you don't go to Target. I know you said that before.
I mean, I'll do the 40-day fast from Target.
So if this works, if we can talk Target into actually bringing back the DEI and supporting vendors, what then? What about the other company? What about Walmart? What about
Oh, then you strategically hit everybody.
Yeah.
But it's got to work against one first, because it's you can't tell people on a consistent basis don't buy anything.
Yeah.
Period.
Because we don't have the means, or some people don't have the means to not support. That's the problem, really. We don't have the means to really do a true boycott and support our own.
Right.
That's sad.
But if you hit target and you see it was successful, then you can move to the next. Maybe if you hit target and see it was successful, maybe those companies will see, oh, wait a minute, they might hit us next, and go ahead and change things.
Now stock at Target did drop before, because people were already starting to boycott without really saying. A lot of people had stopped going there anyway. But with the economic boycott results being insignificant, do you think people will look at March 5th and be like, what are we doing? What's the point of this? Like, it didn't
40
work.
days, though. Oh, but he'll have to work to spin it, because somehow we'll think one day and 40 days is the same.
Mm-hmm.
You might go one day without eating because you ain't feeling well. Go 40 days. See how that hits you.
I don't think I could do that. I mean, I can do Target. I can't stop eating now. I don't know about you.
And that was just, I can't. That's just, one day is one day.
Mm-hmm.
40 days is 40 times that. It's gonna make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, because we spend 12 million per day. Black people spend 12 million per day at Target.
Dang.
That's crazy.
So if you do that over 40 days, that's $480 million. That's $500 million almost. So you think they won't feel that?
They should feel that. If people do it, if people support, there's 500,000 at least have signed up, I believe, on the website with Jamal Bryant, I think it was, which is great.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, I hope we can make a difference with it. But we're starting to question, or people are starting to question, we're not, is the fight for DEI worth fighting for?
Absolutely.
Explain.
We want to be given a fair chance. We want our workplaces to look like our country. Mm-hmm. Our country ain't just full of white dudes. And it's not just full of white dudes in positions of power. There are all types of people in this country. We just want to be fairly represented. So understand, when we say fairly represented, we understand that Black people make up 13% of the population. We don't expect to be the majority. We just expect to be fairly represented. Women should feel the same way, because they make up a percentage of this country. Even gays, transgender, they make up a small percentage, but they make up a percentage. And you should want it to look like this country looks.
Well, it's shown that companies that actually practice DEI are more successful. That's the business model. It makes you more successful because you have people that have different ideas and different experiences to bring to the table.
So. Yeah, but they don't want to hear that.
No, they don't want to hear. And then, like you said, you have people out here really saying, "Is it worth it?" They're saying we're not even the biggest beneficiary of these DEI policies. We're like seventh on the
Yeah,
list.
we're not, but it seems like we're the only ones who fight for it.
So when do we get
Which
to a
is
point where we need other people to fight? Also, the women,
now,
some women.
now,
Yeah.
I mean that's the problem because people think of DEI and they think it's a black thing,
No, we
but we
need
ain't
all.
even at the top of the list.
We're not. I think it's seven. I think white women are number one, and I think handicapped people are on there. Asians are on there. When are they gonna start fighting and stand? I'm not saying they aren't, but I'm just saying we need more of them to fight with us.
Because they think it's a black thing and they don't want to support something black.
Mm,
Because you know what the thing is? They
mm,
think it doesn't affect them.
yeah, but we have stepped out there as the face of it, though. We
We're,
have been the face.
we're good for doing that.
We got to stop
Because
doing that.
but the thing is, we'll speak out when something's wrong. So we know it's wrong. We're gonna speak out for the injustice. But the same people, really, we fighting for all of them, and they like, forget you.
Yeah, and it could leave a stain on what we really want to do. Like, okay, we're fighting this fight, but it's not really just our fight.
It's not just our fight.
It's not our fight to win or lose. But if we lose, it's gonna look like it's gonna feel bad for our community. I put it like that because we really stood behind it and stood and really have fought against this for a while now.
But with that, do you think we should give up?
I'm not saying we should give up, but I think we need to look at what we are fighting for. We need to reevaluate what we're really doing. We're taking away, or we're fighting Target, for instance. But while we're fighting Target, are we really supporting each other? Are we really supporting the black business? Or are we going to Costco? Like,
Well, here's the thing though.
mm-hmm.
We got to get past we got to get past DEI just being something black. We need partnerships.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it can't be just our fight.
But for some reason, that's the way it always is. That's what we do.
But was it marketed? When we talk about marketing, branding, was it marketed right? Because we took it as us. We took it black people are affected by this. But it's not just us. So we need
But
to
you know
rebrand.
why? Because every time the other side does something, they make it look black or Hispanic. They make it look like it's not white, but what they're really doing is not a white man. But see, they don't say it like that. When Trump said they looked at it and said it was too white, he didn't mention that it's just white men that they really want. So
Yeah.
white people think, oh, this don't affect me. Yes, it does if you're a woman. Yes,
Yeah.
it does if you're gay. It affects you.
Yeah.
And y'all need to get and fight with us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to be the face of the fight. The fight will probably go better if we're not the face of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how the civil rights movement wouldn't have been as powerful without white people involved in it, and a lot of people like, oh, I think no, it wouldn't have been
It wouldn't
because
have been
they could get in spaces and places that black people just couldn't get in at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
That we shouldn't care who the face is.
Yeah,
but there needs to be a partnership to make this stuff work.
But the problem, like in my home, my wife is white. We know that. She's with me. She's not going like the 28th, all local. She's with me. But for a white woman that is married to a white man, isn't this fight against him? It's against her spouse.
But okay, so now at this point though, but if she don't fight, she's fighting against herself.
It's true. But he should want to fight with her. You would think.
Yeah, he should.
But he
don't.
It's not to the benefit of him because a lot of men would love it if women were just barefoot and pregnant and subservient to men.
Yeah. So it's man.
There's so many layers to this thing, man. It really is. If we really broke this down, we could go back to the women's movement. We could really go, but
So
we won't.
it is a difficult fight. It's a fight that black people should not be standing there on their own trying to fight anyway, because like I said, we're not even the number one recipient.
We're not. We're not. We need to say that out loud more. Like this isn't just our fight. This is a fight for kids with disabilities, like them taking away all these programs for disabled children. Like
But we don't care about kids. We don't give a darn about them kids as long as they born.
Yeah.
You can't abort them, but don't you try to help them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. So one thing I did like about, or I do like about the movement with Jamal Bryant is the black church. It was important for him to make sure the black church was involved in this movement. Why do you think, or do you think that it's important for the black church to be involved in civil rights?
Black church has always been involved in civil rights. The black church was the foundation of the movement. So we should stay involved. The problem is, like I said, the black church has gotten uninvolved.
Why?
I can't answer. I don't know.
You pastor. You're pastor. Gotta ask you. You
I'm
go.
gonna say what I'm gonna say.
But I'm just saying, but why? There's gotta be a reason, because like you said, we were at the black church was at the forefront.
And then but we probably went from the mindset of we shall overcome to we have overcome. So we're integrated. We got all these rights. They didn't see the necessity of fighting like there was back then. But the reality is we still got issues and we still got things that need to be pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to come from the church. I can only speak for me.
Mm-hmm.
I call it what it is. But even with that, you try to fix your words the right way.
Why? Why do you think you have to fix your words?
Because you know your congregation. You know what will and what will not be received and what won't be received the right way. Mm-hmm. So you try to fix it in a way to make them think you're still saying what needs to be done, but you're trying to find a less harsh way to say it. Sometimes it needs to be just said ugly.
Do you think that, I'm going to say, you think the white dollar being in the black church changes the way we talk about these situations? Do you think that we kind of like more, like I said, we watch our words now because they're in our churches now?
That's exactly why we watch our words. That's exactly why we watch our words. I wouldn't necessarily say the white dollar, but even though that's a part of it, it's because they are now in our churches.
Where before we could,
it was literally the black church.
Mm-hmm. So the black church is not really the black church anymore.
And that's good, because we all need to worship together because we're all trying to go the same place. But with that said, you're careful what you say, because you understand that not everybody in there is like you. So how can I say this and not offend these white members?
Because they won't understand.
They won't understand.
Right.
So it's
tricky.
It's tricky.
That's very tricky. But yeah, but what Jamal Bryant, what he's doing is you have to commend it, because he's trying to bring it back to that where the church is just waiting. They're actually out in the forefront. And
he did that when he was in Baltimore. He does it now in Georgia. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like Jamal. Jamal got, they got, Jamal is a leader of people.
And do you feel like we need more leadership from
Yes.
the church
Yes.
instead of social media platforms and all this
Yes.
civil rights leaders that aren't in the church? What difference could that make moving forward if the black church, what would it look like for black America?
The black church should know how to pray and get connected to the King of Kings, who can bring about change. One of the problems with our leadership today is we're in really the first generation of people who didn't grow up in church, so they don't have that connection to God. They don't see the need to rely on God. You get the black church involved, we start our connection to God. We start reaching out to God, asking God. You go on an actual 40-day fast, not a target, but a fast for God to move, and God just waiting on us. Now He could speak right now and fix it. He's just waiting on us. But when you get the black church together, you bring in the spirituality, you bring in the trust of the Lord, you bring in reaching out to God and God moving mountains. We're not there.
What is it going to take for us to get there?
I don't know. Because you would think that we done been through enough hell and high water for us to reach out.
Yeah. Do you think that now, I feel like there's more social awareness right now at this climate with Trump, with all this stuff going on? Do you feel like it will bring people closer, especially in the black community, to kind of see that we have to do this together? We're all in this together. Well, you think that'll
It
happen?
should, but once again, you don't hear it. The church is still, even though the quote conservative Christian movement will MAGA you to death without saying MAGA, but for some reason in our church we're still hesitant to call out stuff, to call the racism that's going on in the White House. It's like we're still hesitant to do it, but the truth is the truth. I mean, I went on a rant today, but I also went on a rant knowing that certain people who would not take it personally were not there.
So it was kind of, you read the room.
Yeah, I read the room. I took advantage
Mhm.
of the room. I mean, there were still white people there, but
Right.
there were white people who don't get offended like that.
Right. Yeah.
But I read the room and I took advantage of it.
So more talking about more. Can politics even be a part of church?
Politics has always been a part of church.
So you think it's something you can discuss in a biblical?
Yeah, even in Bible days, the prophets were talking about the politicians. They were talking about. So why do we try to remove it now? We have a responsibility to speak the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is the truth.
Right. But then that also gives reason for the Christian conservatives to also speak their truth.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
the
the thing.
thing right there. There
Mhm.
is, can I speak my truth? Can you speak your truth? But we need to speak the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said there are people who will fight for what they believe in, but sometimes what they believe in is wrong. So we need to make up our minds to fight for what's right.
Mm-hmm.
We have a responsibility to speak the truth, not my truth, not your truth, but the truth. And
I
the
hope
truth
we
is
get.
there's some jacked up stuff going
I,
on.
I hope we get back to that point, man. But one thing that they say we have done is this administration has is a good time for us. I'm gonna play this clip.
the best time in history and recent history for black people. Because now we can stop complaining about what they doing and we can do for ourselves, dog. And so when we used to talk to people and they used to think we crazy, now they see that the world cares nothing about us. Because all these people that elected Trump, y'all think they just magically appeared? They have always been here. Bro, when you see these pictures of the Ku Klux Klan and you see all of them hundreds and hundreds, you think them people disappeared? They had kids and procreated and created other bigots.
That's a shout out to David Banner for that clip.
That's true.
They didn't just appear. This is a build-up.
Yeah, and they pass it on. And then they pass it on to their kids. And then they pass it on to their kids.
Yeah. But do you agree that it's a good time for us to kind of do for ourselves as a community and look to each other?
That's hard. I think it's hard to answer because we can do for ourselves, but there are certain things we can't do it on our own. At the end of the day, we need white people. White people need us. We need white people.
We need each other.
We need each other.
We need each other. But I think what he's saying is that given what's going on in the country, we can look to each other. We can at least look to each other and try to build. Just start the process of building. Yeah, we're going to need each other, but make sure you support your own first. I think the message. Is that I know it's difficult sometimes with
it's possible, but a lot of us don't care to do it. A lot of us care about convenience.
Right.
If I got to sacrifice to support somebody black, what I got to sacrifice for?
Okay. And that's true. And that's where we start thinking about something bigger than ourselves, our future, our grandkids, that's what we got to think about, the future.
That's it. We should desire to leave this place better than it was when we got here.
Mm-hmm. That's our hope. That's what I would hope. But everybody don't think like that, man. It's me.
Yeah, and that's all that matters. When I'm gone, it don't matter.
Dang.
Fee, 5, 4 figure. Boy, I hate it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he has a good point though. I think that some people do think like that. Like when just like this boycott. I talked to him, one of my friends, man. He's shout out to him. He knows who he is. He's a follower of the minister, Louis Farrakhan. And he said this boycott doesn't make sense. He said, why boycott one master and go serve another? I mean, why the master of like the corporate master of Walmart, Target? Why you boycotting them and you go to Costco? It's pretty much you're giving to the same conglomerate, the same companies. You're still giving to them. So what are you really doing? It's really about trying to monopolize or capitalize on the black dollar and not trying to support white people in the process. But I didn't question him on the spot. I need to talk to him. But I wonder if the minister, Louis Farrakhan, was in the forefront and pushing this movement.
They'd have went with it.
Would it be different? Is it because it's a Al Sharpton? Is it because it's a Pastor Jamal Bryant? You think that could be an issue?
Yeah, I do think if Minister Farrakhan had been at the forefront, they would support it. My question is, if we don't do that, what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah, we're not in a position to do that, to just go all black. I'm just going to go all black. Sounds good.
It would be nice.
Sounds great. Nice. We're just not there yet. And I think at a point in time we were there, but we talked about how integration changed the whole game, or whatever. But maybe we'll get there one day.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if we had options.
They just don't. They're just not there. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah. But yeah, what else been going on, man? It's almost, we're getting to fall. We're getting to March Madness. You know, your face lit up. March Madness, the brackets. How you feel, man? Who's gonna win the men's championship? I should say first.
The Duke University Blue Devils.
Of course, you're gonna say that. Women, who you think's gonna win?
Can I give two options right now?
There's only one option, South Carolina, right? Come on. Who you got? Who else besides South Carolina?
South Carolina or USC.
I knew he's gonna say USC with Juju.
My girl Juju.
I knew he was gonna say that, man. Man, I gotta go with Don Staley, man, and the Gamecocks all day. Man,
I have no issue if they win.
Yeah, I hope they win, man. So the bracket. Do you play the brackets? Y'all do it at work?
We haven't before. I don't know if they'll do it. We hadn't done the Super Bowl to this year, so I don't know.
Yeah. That's where a lot of people, like, a lot of time that week gets a little dicey because people want to feel like they're brackets. Not a lot of work.
Everybody doing their bracket. Man, the people that study all that much on them, they don't win anyway.
They don't. It'd be somebody that don't even pay attention to sports, period.
I like this name. I like their colors.
Marquette. That sounds like a winner.
Yeah, man. This is the year of the Blue Devil.
I mean, I can't even argue. I think they will win this year for some reason. I mean,
this new team, the defense is what really, really. I mean, they got to stay healthy. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope y'all don't win, of course. And you sent me a message. You know, last week we were talking. Hubert Davis gets an extension. I was like, why is he getting an extension, man?
Through 2030.
Come on now. Come on now. Why? Why would they do that?
Hey, that's my good thing to end with. Why are you stealing my shine?
No, I knew you was going. That's why I went ahead and said it.
Hey,
why?
He's a Carolina guy. He's from the Carolina family. They believe in him.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
You know how many people was mad when I was sharing that thing?
Oh, you saw my face. I had the cussing emoji.
Through 2030.
2030, man. What kind of who gets signed? Is that even like normal to get signed that many years?
I mean, you would
5-year
think,
contract.
You would think it'd be somebody that was just, killing it.
Right.
He ain't killing it.
Oh, he killing it. He killing the season. Killing it. He's killing it. Oh man. So before we go, man, so I looking on Facebook, some came across about Thriller, one of the greatest albums of all time. They said the worst song on the album, Lady of My Life.
I like that song. Which,
yeah, I do too. But what do you say the worst song on Thriller is? You can look it up. You can look up.
Yeah, I had to look it up too.
Look at the album, and let's see if we agree. Because I didn't go back and forth with the guy, but we had a discussion. I'm like, I said the worst song on Thriller has to be Thriller.
Let's look.
Come on now.
Yes.
Thriller, right?
It is.
The worst song on Thriller is Thriller. Let me know if y'all agree in the comments.
Yeah, looking at it, yes. Probably Thriller.
To me, Thriller is a seasonal song, man. It's like it's a
Halloween song.
Only.
Yeah.
Only time I would ever play it.
Yeah, looking at those, yeah. Great video. Halloween.
Great video. It's Halloween. But yeah, okay. I just wanted your opinion on it. That's all.
Yeah,
and I also,
it's Thriller.
It's Thriller. And I also said off the Wall is better, but that's just
Off the Wall is better
than Thriller, right?
Yeah, it's the whole MTV the video stuff that blew Thriller up like that. Off the Wall is better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right, bro. Well, you got a positive note you want to leave us on?
Congratulations to Hubert Davis. 5 straight wins for the North Carolina Tar Heels, extended through 2030. Keep doing your thing, black man. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you got till 2030. Keep doing what you're doing.
That's what you're gonna do, man. Forget Hubert Davis, man. I'm so. I mean, 5 years.
5 straight wins.
Oh, now if he could turn this around, we could win the championship. I'm all about it, but we're not gonna do that.
If
First round.
my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
There you go. That's a great way to leave us on. All right, man. Good pie, man. Appreciate you as always, brother.
All right, man. Love you, man.
All right, love you too, bro. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, do all the things. That's been another episode of Culture No Cap. Peace.
Peace.